Well, the easing of restrictions has become a contentious topic in the UK, with some people accusing the government of acting too soon. Well, let's speak to Dr. Bharat Pankania, who is a senior clinical lecturer at the University of Exeter's Medical School. So what's your take, Doctor? Is it too early to ease the restrictions, or is this decision being taken at the right time?
I think it is early. The parameters for lifting it clearly indicate to us that we have got viral activity in the community. We have new cases in the community, and on top of that, our testing and contact tracing systems are not fully operational. And we heard the chief scientists and the chief medical officer say so, that the contact tracing and the testing systems are getting better by the day. Yes, they're getting better by the day, but they're not at their best just yet. And they gave a lot of caution that we need to be careful despite lifting the lockdown measures. So all of that is there in the subtext, that it is a bit early to lift the lockdown.
Okay, so if it's too early to lift the lockdown, in your opinion, then what is the risk to the populations in terms of resurgence of COVID-19?
Well, when you have a virus in the background circulating, when you have, as your report clearly showed, that only 5% of the UK population has encountered the virus, that means 95% are waiting to get infected. And then if you, the greater the mingling you have with other fellow human beings, the greater the chances of the virus transmitting again and causing disease and creating more cases, and unfortunately more cases. I have a way forward with this, and I think the economic pressures are overwhelming. So my new advice is identify the people at risk and sequestrate them, remove them from circulation and shield them properly, and allow the under 60-year-olds, fit and well, otherwise people, to restart the economy, but look after the people that need shielding.
Look after the people who most need shielding. So here we're talking about, I think, about more than 2 million people who are vulnerable, if we're looking at the vulnerable communities, but not obviously counting the elderly. But how long will that last for them? Is there any end in sight?
No, and we don't know the biology of it, and this is a global event. So all we can do is, instead of saying, lovely days have arrived here, everything is open July the 4th, you say, listen, there are people who are at vulnerable stage in life, and if they were to get infected, they could be severely ill and some of them will die. So for those people, you give them education, knowledge, advice, instruct them to protect themselves, make it easier for them to work in a safer environment, and do all you can for that select group of people. Otherwise, you will have deaths. And when you have deaths and you have discord, you'll also lose your confidence.
Okay, the risk of losing confidence. Well, thanks so much, Dr. Bharat Pankania from the University of Exeter.